Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to the art party. I have been waiting all term to jump on and go ahead and create Easter art with you. I know there's lots of little artists that are watching, I can see, but do you know what I want to know is what is your name? Where are you coming from? Do you want to go ahead and put that in the comments so I can give you a big shout out and a big high five? I am Georgie. I'm going to be your art teacher today. I am the super fun art teacher because I've got my really cool bunny ears on. Maybe you are joining the Easter art party with something bunny related on your head as well, or maybe you've got your bunny PJs on. I am wanting to say hi to Isabella and Maddie from Brisbane. Hey there, Tyler. We have Alex and Sophia is 3.5. I cannot wait to see what you create, Sophia. Hi there. We've got a little artist from the Blue Mountains. William is jumping on from Melbourne. Hey, William, it is not a very nice day here in Melbourne. I'm looking out and it is super rainy, so it's the perfect day to create art. Henry is joining from Tassie. Did you know I grew up in Tassie, Henry? I am so glad you are joining us. We have Oliver and Erica. I've got Oliver from Wanturna, Alyssa and Lucas. Hi there, Andre and Archie. Do you know Andre and Archie? I remember your artwork from the other art parties. It's really fun to see that there are a lot of familiar names. Hi there, Isabel from Queensland, Ruby, Oscar and James, Myra and Kabir from Melbourne. Hi, Annabelle. So you know what? This is incredible that you are spending Easter Monday, the start of the day, to create art. You know why? It makes me feel so good when I start doing something beautiful, creative, and productive in the morning. And I hope that you end this lesson feeling proud and feeling really inspired. I want to say hi to Josh and Joanna from Adelaide and Mila. Hi, Mabel. Mabel is just around the corner, I think, in a different suburb up the road. Hey, Catherine and Amelia. I am really looking forward to drawing bunnies. You know what? These are the perfect little costume because here is our project. This is what we're going to be creating. Hi there, Louie. And I am going to go through everything that you need to know to be really successful at this project. I'm going to hold your hand the whole way through and give you lots of steps. Hi there, Violet. Maggie's here. Hooray. Maggie is a little artist in my art club. Hi, Lucy and Gemma, Rebecca, Oliver, and Josh. So I wonder how you set up in front of you with your art supplies. I would love to know if you are set up with your art supplies, because I'm about to go through everything that we need. And I'm also going to go through some ways that you can use your art and share your art after you've created, because I know that you're just going to be so proud of it. Hi, Michaela. We've got Oliver and Arthur from Brisbane who are 5 and 3. And we have, let me see, Lucy. I've said hello to Lucy and Gemma. So you know what, everybody, in a minute, we're going to go through those art supplies. But the first thing I want to show you is, here is our little project and here is our list. So I'm going to hold them up one by one to make sure that you are all set. Harvey and Hazel are joining us, and so are Stella and Weston. And when we create, all right, so after we create today, I want to remind you, tomorrow, this is what we are creating. This little Easter egg car. So if you love today, I want you to jump back on tomorrow at 10 a.m. to do more Easter art. And you're going to have like a little gallery of projects to show everybody. Hi, we have Sophie and Lola is here. That is so great. You are jumping on creating art. Now, one thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to share your art when you finish today. So I want you to take a photo and put it in the comments, because tomorrow I'm going to put you on the screen and I'm going to show everybody. That is something that is really important when we create, is sharing it with everybody. And these are the little artists from last year's art party. So they created so many incredible artworks, and I always write back to all of the little photos and comments that you post. So make sure you share your art. And you know what? Are you creating with somebody next to you today? Can you tell me in the comments who's sitting next to you? Have you got brothers and sisters? Are you creating with friends? Lots of little artists in my art club love it because they can sit down with their brothers and sisters and all create as a family. And that's a really beautiful way to connect and spend an afternoon. So who is creating? Because I can see in the comments, lots of you are joining with 2 of you or maybe 3 of you. Beatrice is creating. Oh, no, the little artists are creating with Beatrice the Bulldog. Oh my goodness, we've got Beatrice the Bulldog joining. And I am wondering if you are joining with Beatrice the Bulldog. Now, do you know what? Some little baby has sneaked in. So I'm just going to pick him up and make sure he doesn't interrupt us. Did you know that my little baby can crawl up the stairs without anybody knowing? He nearly got all my paints. Okay, so did you know that after you create your art, you can put it on the wall. You can also go ahead and do what Raven did. And Raven has turned her artwork into gift cards and prints, and she's selling them. Isn't that incredible? So she went to Officeworks and they do all of this there. So I'm going to plant that little seed to see if that is something that you want to do. This is Nova, and Nova did the same thing. She went ahead and turned her artwork into cards and calendars. So if that is something that you want to do, make sure you keep your art and go ahead and hop over to Officeworks and see what they can do. All right, let's go ahead and create. Have we got our A3 art paper ready? Can you put your hands on that? Because that is what we need. We are going to hold it, put it in the wide position, which is called landscape. I'm also, let me get rid of this, going to be using watercolor paints. So we are up to going through our art supplies. Can you hold up your watercolor paints? I know I can't see you, but I can kind of get a feel. So these are some watercolor paints. That's how they might look like. I'm sure lots of you have these ones. Some of you might even have watercolor paints in a tube. So if you have them in a tube, you just squeeze a little bit of watercolor paint onto a paint tray. I am going to be using some oil pastels. Now, these oil pastels are really thick and beautiful and creamy. I love them. But if you don't have oil pastels, then I want you to use crayons, okay? If you don't have these, I want you to use crayons. All right, I have my medium round paintbrush. Have you got yours? And my water jar. The very last thing that I'm using is a Sharpie marker. So I think we are ready. Can you give me a thumbs up if you are ready? I've got my Sharpie marker. I'm about to go ahead and do my outlines. Give me a thumbs up if you are holding your Sharpie marker up. If you are ready to do your outlines of our bunny, and we are going to go ahead and get started. I can see lots of thumbs up. So I think we're ready to go. So this one's my permanent Sharpie marker. Let's do it, everybody. Can you please grab your hand? And I want you to find the middle of your page. I want you to pop your hand at the middle of the page. And now if you've got a tiny hand, you might want to spread it out a little bit. I'm going to pop my hand at the middle of the page, and I'm going to put a dot underneath my thumb. That is where I want you to draw your little bunny eye, okay? So let's find that dot, and I'm just going to draw a almond shape for my little bunny's eye. It's not a big eye. I'm going to put a circle And then I'm going to color that in back. I'm going to leave a little circle, a little white circle in there. So I've got a little eye. I know it's very hard to see on the screen because it's quite small. I'm just going to add some eyelashes. I think this little bunny is going to have some long eyelashes. Okay, after we have an eye, I want you to get your fist. I want you to just pop it over. Now, this is about as big as we want the head. Okay, so we don't want tiny heads. All right, so that's a bit of a guide. I want you to go to the top of the eye, and I want you to do a C. Okay, if I put my fist can cover it. So now we have a little bit of a bunny face. Okay, now after bunny face, I think these little things, can we add those? I'm going to start just here. Look at my bunny ear. I'm going to go up, 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 around and down. So I have one little bunny ear, but I need two. Can you go ahead and put a second little bunny ear on? Just here. I'm going to go up and down. It's going to tuck behind. Okay, two bunny ears. Now, some little bunnies have this little line that goes inside the bunny ear. So I'm going to go up, around, and down. And if you want to add that, you certainly can. So I have an eye, a little part of the face, two bunny ears. I bet you know what's next. Can you go ahead and just join up your little bunny face from that line right up to the ear? And I'd like you to put on a little nose and maybe if you want a little smile. And then I'm going to ask you to let me know if you are ready for the next step. So here we go. A little nose. Here I go. I'm just going to kind of color in that little black. I'm going to make it a little bit more rounded to stick out from the face. And I'm just going to put like a little smile on my bunny. Because he's in a carrot mobile, which is going to totally make him super happy. Are you ready for the little arms? Can you let me know? We have a little ready in the comments, so I think we can go to the next step. I want two little bunny arms, and they're super easy. Do you want to take a look over here? I'm just going to start underneath his little head. Are you ready? And I'm going to go out, 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 out. I'm going to go around, back, and then I'm going to tuck it in. So all I did was do a rectangle with curved edges. That's his little arm. If you have one arm, can you do a second arm that's kind of tucked behind? So let's see. This one might just start under his chin. I'm going to go around and then tuck it down. Okay, boys and girls, he is holding on, ready to jump in his little carrot mobile, but we've got to draw it. Give me a thumbs up if you are ready for two little wheels, because that's what is happening next before we go ahead and draw the rest of our carrot. Ready for our wheels. Can I have a thumbs up to let me know? And I want to show you where to put this, because we're going to use our hand again. I love using my hand to space out projects. I'm going to put it right underneath his little arms. So just here is going to be the bottom, the little bottom of my carrot mobile, that line there. So just put a little dot, kind of helps you figure it out. Okay, we have a few little artists saying thumbs up. Now this little dot, I need a wheel on one side and a wheel on the other side. Okay, so just next to the dot, I'm going to do a wheel. One big circle. If it's wobbly, I don't care if it's wobbly. Wobbly is kind of fun. And then on the other side, I'm going to do another wheel. So there's my hand. That little wheel just sits just there. So I've got two wheels towards the bottom of the paper. Now this is where our bunny project's really going to come alive. Our carrot. Have you guys ever seen a little bunny? Have you seen a little bunny ever drive a carrot mobile? Not until today. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to start just at his little arm. Are you ready? Here it goes. I'm going to come out, 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 out. to a point, curve it around and come back. Now I'm just going to jump through the wheel. I'm going to jump through that little dot. I'm going to come out the other side of the wheel. Here I go. I'm going to curve and hit my little bunny's arm. Look what we just did. It's a really short, fat carrot. So now carrots usually have like a little bit of a stalky green kind of leaves happening at this side. Are you ready to put those on? If that is you, I want you to go and add those just here. You can fill this space up. So it looks like this. I reckon they will have maybe like 4 or 5 different leaves. So let's see. I'm going to come up here. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly to a point. Wobbly, wobbly, wobbly back. There's one kind of skinny leaf, and I'm just going to put like one line through the middle. So maybe 3 or 4 different carrot leaves over here. So let's see. I'll do that again. Wobbly, wobbly to a point and back again. And I can go ahead and put a line through. Now, if you are up to this point, the next bit, we've only got one line after this before we get our oil pastels out. So in my Zoom art classes, and when you're in my art club, I get you to hold it up to me, and then I get a really good idea of where everybody's up to. And I love seeing the process and you guys sharing everything. So I need you to tell me with a thumbs up if you are ready for the oil pastels really soon, okay? So I'm just putting on 4 leaves, wobbly, wobbly leaves with a line down the middle, just at the end of my carrot. Now, my carrot might have a few details, and I want to add the details with you. So I'm going through this project pretty fast, but I'd love you to give me a thumbs up if you are ready for the little details on the carrot, because we have some thumbs up here, and I want you to just think about maybe you want to add like a circle and maybe some like little circle dots around your wheel. So we can just add a few little details. These are optional to your little carrot. Maybe he's got like a wheel with crosses in the middle of it. So you can kind of do any sort of details on your little carrot. Another option is to put just a few lines like this. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going from the top to the bottom. I'm just doing a few curve lines like this, a few little curve lines, and then a few curve lines that go from one side to the other like this. And that's kind of just giving the idea that it's a little bit more rounded. So if you like that, you can add it. You don't have to. And I've got a little comment that it keeps skipping, and I'm not really sure why. So the only idea that I might have is to log off and log back on. But I'm always going to send you guys the replay after we finish our class as well. So let me see. I've got my little bunny in his carrot. We need one line here. And in my art club, I get my little artist to tell me what this is. Can you tell me what that line might be? It is the line that separates the earth from the sky. You might tell the person next to you it's called the horizon line. So I'd love you to pop that in. I'm going to start from one side. It's about halfway up my page. Here I go. I'm going to go from one side, line, 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 jump over my little bunny and all the way to the other. We have earth, we have sky. I saw somebody said horizon line. You are correct. Well done. That's a really advanced little artist word to know. So on the horizon, if we're looking over there, I want some mountains, because that's going to add some interest back in the back part of our artwork. So let's go. Let's go up, down. Maybe these are hills, wobbly, wobbly, all the way up and down. I just want a nice wobbly line to be mountains or hills. Oh, you guys have done the hardest bit. Well done. I want you to put this away. We don't need your Sharpie marker today. We're going to pull it out tomorrow. But the next thing are our oil pastels. I'm going to show you how to color and blend and do some really, really cool little techniques with our oil pastels. Okay, what color is your bunny? So are you doing a pink bunny? I know there's going to be a pink bunny today. Are you going to do a brown bunny? Maybe it's a blue bunny. So I want you to choose what kind of color bunny that you want to do. I'm going to do like a creamy brown colored bunny. So I've got those. And let's go ahead and grab our oil pastel or our crayon and color in our bunny. So I'm just going to use my light color. So I'm going to use a light color and a dark color. If you're doing pink, maybe it's a light pink and a dark pink. Maybe if it is, what other color bunnies actually? Can you tell me in the comments what kind of color bunny are you wanting to do today? Maybe your bunny has brown spots. Maybe it's a black and white bunny. So I'm just getting my oil pastel and I am coloring all the way up his little ear. And I love these oil pastels because they're really thick and creamy and easy to color. I knew there would be a crazy bunny. There's a blue, a yellow, and a purple bunny. That is awesome. And you know why I like choosing two colors, like a light one and a dark one? I'm just going to get my dark oil pastel, which is my darker brown. And I'm just going to kind of put some little dark brown around the outside. Just around the outside like this. I'm even kind of putting some around the outside of his ear. And then I'm going to get my light colored and go over the top, and you can kind of see if they blend in a little bit. So that's why oil pastels on oil pastels, they like to blend, and you can kind of color in a circular direction. So I'm just going to play with two oil pastels. One is light and one is dark. And you can blend them a little bit on top of each other. So Michaela is doing a great job with a light pink and a dark pink. So they're going to blend beautifully. Make sure your little colors go together really nicely. So light blue, dark blue, yellow and orange. Maybe light green or dark green bunny. So I've got my light little creamy color. I've got my little dark brown. And just around the little bit of the edge, not very much, just around the edge, I'm just going to put a little bit of a dark color there. I'm going to use my light one over the top, and you can kind of see them blend together. Okay, he's nearly done. He's looking pretty fancy. And I want to know what color you've decided to do your bunny. Because when we get to putting them in the comments, I reckon we're going to have super rainbow beautiful bunnies. And I'd love you to just on the back little ear, you might even like to do that the darker color because he's kind of behind. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got the darker ear just there. And I think his little section on the inside of his ear, for me, I'm going to go ahead and color that pink. Okay, he's a very classy bunny. And I'm going to think of a name for him. I bet you guys will come up with some amazing names as well. I want you to kind of think about the color for your carrot, Mobile. And I know that a carrot's orange. But I reckon there's little artists who are going to be crazy with their carrots. And that's okay with me. I love a little crazy color. I'm going to go ahead and show you a orange carrot, Mobile. And I'm going to do it with a yellow. Let's see. I'm going to do it with, I'm looking for my goldy yellow. I'm going to use a yellow and an orange. Okay, so I've got my light yellow and my orange. We have brown and white bunnies and brown and gray bunnies. That's beautiful. So are you ready for your carrot, Mobile? You want to choose your colors. If you're doing it with me, I'm using yellow and orange. So my colors are a light one and a darker one. The first thing, I'm going to grab my yellow. Are you guys ready? I am going to color the whole thing yellow. we are going to blend with our finger, but I want you to color your bunny mobile a light color. If you are choosing a pink bunny mobile, so I reckon you would have a really light colored pink. Okay, and I have a little artist saying they're doing a really light skin color. I think that was for their bunny. That's going to look like mine as well. We have a red bunny. I'm up to this little carrot mobile. Mine is going to be an orange carrot. But one thing you want to know, little artists, is if you are wanting to blend colors, we always start with the lightest color first. So that's what I'm showing you today. So I'm going to go ahead with the light yellow on my little bunny mobile. And have we got any yellowy orange carrots today like me? Or are you guys being wild and doing like some rainbow colors like on my wall? If you are doing it like me, I want you to put the light color on your little bunny first. Okay, that's always what we start with when we're blending. And if you are going to go ahead with the crayons, you can still layer crayons. That is totally fine. They're not going to be as mixy because they're not as waxy, but they do layer up. And I do that too. So the crayons, if you did a light orange like me, or light yellow, you could do orange around the outside and color on top, and it'll be perfectly fine. Okay, we have some pinky purple. We have some yellow and orange. Maggie has decided to do 2 bunnies in her artwork, and they're racing. How incredible is that? All right, get your darker color. So mine's are orange, and I am going to color around the outside. Okay, I'm going right on top of my yellow. Now, one thing, if you're using crayons, you kind of do really hard pressure like me. And then what I want you to do with the oil pastels as well is get a little lighter pressure. Can you see how that's kind of blending a little bit? I'm starting off hard and I can get a little lighter towards the middle. And I'm even going to get my finger out in a minute to blend it. So let's go around the outside, just like I'm doing with your darker color. I'm going to go all the way around the outside. And I'm pressing quite hard. I'm getting a little lighter. Are you ready with your finger? Now this works with oil pastels and I want to show you the trick. Can you start blending it with your finger? See what happens if you have oil pastels on top of each other. Go ahead and give that little blending technique a go. Now if you have got crayons, you can't blend, but you can still layer them. And I still love the idea of using 2 colors of crayons. Okay, someone's carrot is rainbow. So if you're doing rainbow, you just want to blend like one little color into another one at a time. And you know what, guys, if you don't have oil pastels, but you love blending, then they are so fun. So this can be just a little example of how you might want to use them. So I blended that. It is so easy. And I can see that Adelaide is doing a purple carrot. How clever. I saw them at the shops the other day, Adelaide. What a great idea. So I've got this like blended carrot. Someone else is doing a chocolate yummy carrot, which makes sense after Easter. And I'd love to just go ahead with my green. So if you're okay with your carrot, just go ahead and let's color in green here. And maybe some wheels. I think today mine are going to have blue wheels. What color have you decided for your wheels? These are going to be incredible to see. We have such beautiful colored rainbows on our carrots, blue, pink, red bunnies. One thing that is so amazing about creating with you guys is that you are not afraid to take risks. And you know, when you get older, you kind of get a little bit scared of taking risks creatively, but you guys don't. And I love it because they always turn out incredible. Okay, let's just see. I'm coloring in with some green for my little bunny leaves over here, my carrot leaves. And I always like choosing a couple of carrots, couple of greens for my little bunny leaves over here. I've decided blue wheels. So that's as crazy as I'm going. I'm going crazy blue wheels. Okay, and the little artist said black wheels for them, which is great because black will going to stand out. And you know what? Something that I want you to tell me towards, you can think about it, like towards the end of the lesson, is the name of your little bunny. Have you got a cool name? Because little artists always come up with incredible fun names. And I want to know, because I'm going to think about a name for mine and let you know when I've decided. But you can think about that as well. Mila has done pink leaves on her bunny. Well done, Mila. So if you are ready for some little wheels, and you can use your crayons or your oil pastels, let's go ahead and do those. We are doing a lot of coloring with our oil pastels. And I was wondering, does anybody know the word when you put oil pastels and watercolors together? Does anybody know what that technique is called? Oil pastels and watercolor together. I reckon a few of you in my class today will know that word and that technique that we are doing. We have purple and pink wheels. I've got blue. I'm going to do some blue and then like dark blue in the middle. Olivia's bunny is called Springy. That is a beautiful, happy little name for your bunny. And I reckon we're going to get heaps more names coming through. But I asked a question. Do you know? Oh, I just saw it pop up in the comments. Okay. I said, what is it called when we put oil pastels and watercolors together? It's a special art technique. And Maggie told me it's called watercolor resist. You are correct, Maggie. That is the technique we are doing today. When we put oil pastels and watercolors together, it's a really fun art technique called watercolor resist. They go so beautifully. And the same as crayons and watercolors. All right, dark blue in the middle of my little wheels over here. Dark blue over here. So, boys and girls, we should be pretty close to finishing off this little bunny, okay? And I reckon you might have been thinking about a name. We have Hugo's called his Zach. A little artist is called, there's Blueberry, CC, Jumpy, Tom the bunny, Harold the bunny. How incredible are these little bunny characters? Archie the bunny. So if you have got a little bunny ready to go, we need to put some beautiful fields of flowers. Are you guys ready for some fields of flowers? So little Cottontail and Gracie and Sparkle Bunny need to be driving through an amazing field of flowers. So I'm going to show you a few. I'm going to show you a few little flowers. And what I would love you to do is just put them here, just in this section. Okay? Are you ready for our flowers? So I'm doing a few sunflowers. And the first thing I'm going to do is the center. So I'm just going to do like a big round circle. And then I'm just going to do bump, 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 bump. Okay, so that's a simple flower, and I'm keeping them simple because we're going to paint over the top. Okay, so Abby's bunny is going actually through a field of carrots, she's telling me. So if you have other ideas for your fields, go ahead and share them, because that gives other little artists ideas. So you might do a field of carrots like Miller. I'm going to do a field of very simple flowers, and I'm not going to do them all yellow today. So I've got one little field sunflower there. Charlotte's bunny is called Miller, and one little other bunny is called Mia. Beautiful. Okay, over here, I'm going to do a tulip. So I'm going to do a U shape. So if you like this idea, like a U shape. and then zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. And we can color that one in. So let's check out what other colors are we doing for our flowers, or are you doing something different? Maybe you have colored Easter eggs in your field. Okay, we have grass and flowers. Someone said in the comments, I'm going to do like, let's see, another little tulip up here. So I'm going to keep mine some really simple little tulips and daisy flowers or sunflowers. I'm going to do one just here. And so these are perfect to do with your crayons as well, okay? So up and down, just like this. And let's see, I'm going to jump back over to my little flowers. We have roses. Someone's doing cactus. Okay, and Angelina's bunny is going through a field of rainbow flowers. Whenever I see this field of rainbow flowers, I am so there. That sounds incredible. We have Easter eggs. We have pointy flowers. There's a little bunny called Fatty Bunny. He's probably eating too much chocolate. Okay, I'm going to do another little flower over here. This time for me, it's going to be pink. And we have a pink and purple bunny wheels. And it's called Lizzie. What a cool little cart that one will be driving, pink and purple wheels. Okay, here I go with my little pink flower. And I need to do, let's see, maybe 1, 2, 3. I reckon 3 more flowers for me. So let's see, I'm going to do one here with the center. And you know what, after this, there is something magic that's going to happen with our white oil pastel or crayon. And I cannot wait to show you the magic when we use this white oil pastel or crayon. So I've got this little pink little daisy down here. What have you got? Have you got Easter eggs? Have you got like a field of veggies? Or maybe it is a little field, let's see, of tulips or roses, like another little artist. Stella has called her little bunny Pearl. Okay, now I knew you guys would come up with names, so I've got to think of mine. Okay, let's see. I'm just up to my last little flower. Are you guys nearly ready to do the magic with the white oil pastel? The white oil pastel or crayon. And I think maybe you are still coloring in your field of flowers. So I'm going to let you guys have a minute to color in your field of flowers before I go ahead and do the white oil pastel. And I wanted to let you know something exciting has just happened. Are you ready? So while you color in there, I'm going to share with you something has happened. My kids' art club has just opened. So in the holidays, I love opening it up for you guys to come on over and create and join the art club. And the reason I want to tell you about it is because the next month of projects are going to be all about space. If you love planets and rockets and astronauts and aliens and shooting stars, then this unit of work with 3 different projects is going to be incredible. And I have a little thing to test with you today. Now, I'm just going to put on a little clip of some little artists from the art club who are creating all of the projects inside the club. But this space one, it's going to be amazing in May. And one of the projects I'm going to show you is how to draw a rocket. We're going to do lots of different designs, color them in, adding flames and little sparkle details. But one thing I think your art can do is be turned into a science experiment. And this project, I have added a little shooter at the back with a straw, and I'm going to see if my rocket can fly. Now, if you are an artist or a designer, you can change your design of your rocket to make it fly further. And that's what we're kind of experimenting with in this project. Are you guys ready to see if my rocket flies? I wanted to test it with all of you today. Okay, let's check it out. You can see lots of little artists with their artworks that they are being shared with you on the screen, all from the art club. Are you guys ready? Here I go. Let's count to 3 to see how far my rocket can go. 1, I'm a little nervous. 2, 3. It went! Oh my gosh, I was a little worried it wouldn't go, and it's gone over there. How fun would that be to create, along with all of these other projects in the new art club projects that are all about space? You could kind of have a little competition with your brothers and sisters to see how far your little rocket might go. Now, all of these little projects, just like I'm showing you today, come with little drawing guides and on-screen prompts, and we learn about famous artists as well. So I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to tell you that in May, here is our project lineup. Can you see that crazy cosmic collage? We are going to learn galaxy paper, planet paper, and collage it all together. We are also doing a class just like me and you today, and it's a special Zoom class in the art club for Mother's Day. For the special lady in your life, we are going to create art for them. We're going to do some canvas projects. Okay, I got to show you this one. Can you see this big canvas? Sometimes it's fun to paint on a canvas and put it on the wall straight away. So we're going to do rockets and do some cool toothbrush splatter techniques for our galaxy. Okay, now that is happening in May, and I would love for you to go ahead and join in the art club. But let's go ahead and get back to our bunny, because let me see, I need my white oil pastel, and I am not seeing it in my little box. I might need to go and grab a white oil pastel. And can you get yours? Can you get your white oil pastel and hold it up to me? Because that is our next step. 1 second while I bend down here to grab mine. I have found it, and I don't want to lose that ever again because it is super special. Okay, guys, are you ready for your white oil pastel? You're not going to be able to see what I do because it's white. Let me show you. Hold it up. White oil pastels or crayons. I need you to draw around the outside of your bunny, okay? Now I'm drawing with my white oil pastel. I'm going around the wheels. Can you go ahead and do that with me? You can't see it. And this is why it's magic, because you will be able to see it when we put watercolor on top. All right, so let's go ahead. Go around the wheel. Go around all of these little carrot leaves. Now we're not going around the flowers. We're just going around the bunny. Okay, so let's go around the carrot leaves with our white. And I'm kind of being rough. I'm just like drawing it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Can you do it all the way up here? Now, what happens when we put our watercolor on top? Can you see the outline over here? Can you see the waters or the watercolors kind of repelling away from the white oil pastel line? So that is going to make our little bunny really stand out. And I'd love that on your artwork today. Okay, now let's go all the way around our bunny. So I have white all the way around my bunny. I want you to do white all the way around your mountains. Okay, let's try that. All the way around our mountains as well. So I'm drawing a line on the black line that I've got there. White, 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 all the way. And I have finish. So I'm going to put my magic white oil pastel away. Have you finished? Have you got a white outline around your bunny and around your mountains? Because if you have, we are done with our oil pastels and we are ready for our paints. So my paints, I'm going to be using my medium round paintbrush. I have my watercolor paints. Let's go ahead. Now, some little artists think this is the best bit. They think painting is their absolute favorite, and they hang out to the end to go ahead and paint. Is that you too? Is painting your favorite? So I'm going to think about what color I want to do my field. And I'm going to go with some green, light green for my field today. I think some of you had different colors. You had like rainbow colors. But let's see. I'm just going to go ahead with my green. And I'm going to show you how to dip in a darker color. So choose two colors. I'm going to go light green, dark green. And you could choose like pink and purple. Maybe they're kind of driving through, let's see, maybe it could be if your carrot mobile is different color, maybe it's like a yellow and orange field. So I am going to go ahead and paint, and if I paint over my flowers, can you still see my flower even though I'm painting over the top? You can. And that is called watercolor resist. We can't paint over something that's waxy. So I'm going right up to the edge of the bunny, and I can't even go close to the bunny because I'm getting a beautiful white outline that I used with my white oil pastel. It's like magic. I'm getting this beautiful white outline. Okay, now I have some light green. There we go. I've got some light green. What about I get a little bit of dark green, like a darker color, and I'm just going to drop little dots. I'm just tapping my little light green, and I'm creating a whole lot of little speckled dots with my dark green. And they're even blending. You might not see that really well, but if I'm just going to dab with a darker color, they're going to kind of blend in. It looks like some little grasses. So I want you to grab the light color. You can tell today from blending, we always start with a light color, don't we? And then we can put like a darker color on top. So if that's you, go ahead, choose your light color. What colors have we got for our bunnies? And I have a name for my bunny. Mine is called Bessie the bunny, and she is going through a beautiful field of flowers. So that is mine, Bessie the bunny. If you haven't shared the name of yours, I want you to tell me. I've got my light green. Are you going to use a darker color as well to try this technique? Let's go. Dot, 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 dot. Now, if it's wet, it should blend. So that's what you want to try. If you have a wet layer of light green, you can dab in a little bit of dark and watch it blend a little bit. And you know what that's called? You guys are doing such advanced work today. That is called wet on wet. Wet on wet technique. So you've already learned oil pastel resist that we're doing now. And now you're learning wet on wet. How amazing are you guys in your school holidays to be doing such advanced art? Okay, we have Chucky. We have Rosie the bunny. Fantastic. I wonder if Chucky the bunny is chocolate color. Okay, some little green up here. And I can see that my little bunny is standing out with my big white outline. Remy's bunny is carrots and Sophia's cookies and cream. Oh, that sounds delicious. And I'm interested to see when you post them, guys, what colors they are. I wonder if Remy, your bunny, is orange. And I wonder if Sophia, your bunny, is cookies and cream color, like polka dots, brown polka dots. Okay, we have Chomp. the big bunny, and Crunch, the little bunny from Oscar and Maggie. Have you got your paintbrush with your dark color? Okay, let's just dab that on. I would love to see all of these kind of speckledy effects happening around all of the fields that you have drawn and painted. Okay, I've got Happy the bunny. We've already said Fatty the bunny that's had lots of chocolate at Easter. You know what? My favorite chocolate is white chocolate. I don't even really like milk chocolate that much, but I got a big white chocolate bunny. All right, now I'm nearly finished this little field back here before I jump over to my mountains. So what about you? Isabella's called Happy the bunny, and we have Bubbles and Big Tricks over there. It's so lovely that a little artist is creating with her mum. And that is just awesome work over there from Catherine and your mum creating together. How beautiful. Okay, I'm popping some little green paintbrush dots on this little field. It is cool that it's all blending. I wonder if you can see that. So for that, if I've got my field done, what should we do next? I'm thinking we're actually going to jump up to the sky. We're going to leave our mountain and we're going to jump up to the sky. So if that is you, let's check out what kind of colors we might want to do for the sky. So I'm going to jump into a pink sky for me. And there's a lot of little pink bunnies. So I wanted to add a little bit of pink to my sky. So I'm going to choose maybe like even a pinky purple. I'm going to do maybe a blue mountain. That's why I'm not going to do a blue sky. So let's go ahead. Let's start maybe just up the top for our sky. I've got one color. And did you see I switched over to this pink paint palette? I reckon lots of you have this and it's got the best pink on it. So I always use this one for pink. Okay, I'm starting at the top with my pink. I'm working kind of quickly with this pink because I'm kind of keen for it to blend into like purple. And I can only blend when it's wet. So I've got my wet layer of pink just there. And I'm going to switch straight away. I'm going to jump over and switch straight away to my second color, which is purple. So maybe your pink sky might blend into orange. It might blend into blue. It's almost like it's sunrise. And check out what's happening. Can you see my little white line that I drew around my mountain coming to life? I reckon that you can. I can't even get to the mountain because that little white line is in the way. So it's creating a barrier, which it's really easy to paint with when we have that. So what kind of colors? We've got pink and orange sky. That's going to look incredible. The bright colors, I think, are going to make our little bunny stand out. So I've got a pinky purple happening. And what have you guys got happening? Because I think blue for me, for my mountains. That's why I'm not going to do a blue sky today. So we are going towards the end of our project for our bunny mobile. I'm just going to go ahead and finish off this pink sky. We have done outlines. We have done oil pastel blending. And there were 2 techniques that you learned today. Maggie told us one of them, and it was called watercolor resist. Can you say that to the person next to you? Can you say watercolor resist? Because if you show someone your art and you tell them, I used watercolor resist to create my project, they're going to be super impressed. So you did watercolor resist to create your little bunny today. Okay, I'm jumping into another color. I'm jumping into my purple. And it's lovely to see Mila is doing purple sky and Michaela is too. Well done, you guys. And I wonder if that means you're doing a blue mountain like me, because I'm thinking a blue mountain is what is needed just here. So I hope you can see, look at this. My white outline is making him pop, don't you think? So now, when you use your oil pastels or your crayons and you want your little animal or your feature to pop off the page, do an outline in white and it really will. It will look amazing. Okay, I've got my last color. We're coming towards the end for our mountains. And I just want to say you guys have done such an incredible job from start to finish. Remember when we started this page had nothing on it. And now it has so much on it. We have a bunny, a carrot, a field, mountains, outlines, colors. You have created an incredible artwork today. And I wonder, are you going to be like Raven from the art club and print her artwork onto cards? Or are you going to be like Nova from the art club and she printed her artwork onto calendars? Incredible ways to use your art. And I want to tell you a secret. You ready for my secret? When I was your age, I created art like this and I went to print them on cards and I started selling them. And by the time I was in high school, I had a whole collection and I went to shops and then I asked the shops to sell them for me. So that was when I was in high school, but it started when I was in primary school creating projects like this. And by the time I was in high school, I had a little business of selling cards with my art on it. So that's why I wanted to share it with you, because I know it's going to be exactly what some of you, or at least a few of you, are going to want to do. You're going to want to turn your art into amazing products like cards and books and calendars. Okay. I heard someone's doing a beautiful sunset. Incredible. That would look great with this kind of orange little bunny mobile over here. I'm nearly finished. Oh my gosh, I'm at the very, very end. And that is the last step for me. I'm going to wash out my paintbrush and I'm going to put my paint lid back on. Now, we're not done with our class because I know some of you are still painting. I think this is the coolest little trick that you've learned today, is outlining your design in a big fat white oil pastel or crayon. I hope you are so excited. Now, guys, I have a little game to finish off. While you're painting, you can still play the game. Okay, we've got a few minutes left. So whose tail does this belong to? Can anybody tell me in the comments? What do you reckon? Is it, it kind of could be maybe a dolphin tail. Has anybody got an idea? Whose tail might this belong to? Because it's a tail that I created the other day. Somebody has said a mermaid. Oh, a few people have said a mermaid. Oh my gosh, heaps of mermaids in the comments. Do you reckon that it is a mermaid, so it's not a whale? Are you sure? Everybody is guessing mermaid. Okay. Well, you know what? That must mean there is a lot of mermaid fans in the audience, because I am an absolute huge mermaid fan. And I wanted to share with you this unit of work of mermaids from under the sea. Now, this project is coming in June to the Art Club. Can you see what we're creating? It is a coral reef scene. We are going to do printmaking, blending to create an ocean scene. And I'm going to show you how to create a mermaid, or if you don't like a mermaid, how to create a turtle, and some beautiful model magic shells. So this is one of my favorite units. Anything under the sea, I just love painting and drawing. We're also going to paint and draw some seahorses and, of course, some mermaids. So if you love mermaids, I can hear a lot of you saying, yes, you do, because I do too. We are going to do space in May, under the sea in June, and then some jungles might be coming as well. So one thing that I thought was really fun to share is that one little artist, or a few of you guys in the art club, you don't go to school, you do homeschool, or this little artist called Blaze is actually taking the year off to travel, and they are traveling around Australia, and he is super excited to go ahead and do the under the sea artworks with his little art kit that he's taken traveling with him, because he visited the Turtle Conservation Centre, and he went to Hervey Bay, where there was, I wrote it down, but it was an amazing conservation centre for under the sea. And that linked so beautifully with our Under the Sea project. And I just wanted to share with you, if you are traveling, if you are homeschooling, or if you are wanting to link your art with other relatable experiences like this, it is just the best way to learn art. Now, we are nearly ready to go. So I want to know, have you finished? Isabel's done her rainbow sky, because tomorrow we are doing our Easter egg car. We are here at 10 a.m. We're going to be drawing. We're not doing watercolors. There are all the art supplies, markers, coloring pencils, crayons, whatever you've got. We are going to do our Easter egg car. And before we go, it is time to take a photo of your project and put it in the comments. I want you to make sure that you put your name in the comments too, because tomorrow I'm going to put you on the screen and I'm going to give you a massive high five, because you have created incredible projects in your school holidays, and I cannot wait to see them. So make sure you do that. If you want to go ahead and check out the art club, you know where to go. It's artwithgeorgie.com. But I'm here tomorrow, and I am here to create with you on your Easter egg car. I can't wait. And I hope you had a great morning. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Bye, everybody. I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. I can't wait to see all of your incredible bunny arts. We had such a great day today. And you know what? In the holidays, it is the perfect time to create, and let's keep going all the way into term 2. Bye, Maggie. Bye, Oscar. Bye, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Let's go ahead and create again. Bye.